morning, everyone. I realize we're a couple minutes early, but better early than late. I've often done late, so I'm kind of proud of myself this morning for being on time. I was so on time. I actually almost started this an hour ago by accident and then thought, wait a minute, it's only 9 o'clock. I don't do this until 10. So, oh my goodness, look at all of you. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Karen. Great to have you here. Oh dear, someone's already sharing. Thank you. Yes, I will do a drawing in a couple of days. Let's see, today is Tuesday, so is today Tuesday? Yes, today is Tuesday. I'll do the drawing on Thursday morning before I do my next Facebook Live, which is also going to be on Thursday morning. It's kind of a busy week with Holy Week and all of the different church activities that we are going to. So I had to change some things up. Yesterday I had zero time to do something like this because of the retirement list, which was a little stressful because it looks like everything is retiring. However, they're just switching over to the new cling mount. And so even some of the things that are technically retiring from clear mount will still be there in cling mount. So it was crazy, to say the least. Hi, Norma. Hi, Connie. Good to see you all. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. All right. Well, I think we've done enough chit-chatting, just blasé. So I'm going to officially start here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Kay Kalthoff, and we are going to be doing a Facebook Live this morning focusing on the stamp set called Follow Your Dreams. This was a card that I made for Onstage, one of the leader swaps that I participated in, and I'm so anxious to show it to you because it's the crossover Gatefold card that I created for you a couple of weeks ago when I had my Stampin' Up! Spring Fling with my downline. I created another version of that with the beautiful stamp set called Follow Your Dreams. Believe it or not, this stamp set was one that I ordered right away last year when the new catalog came out because I was so in love with it. And then things got busy and it just sort of sat on my shelf. And every time I would see it, I'd think, oh, I have to make a card with that. And I was a little sad to see that it's actually retiring. I did not know that until yesterday. So yeah, I think you're going to be inspired possibly to get this stamp set, possibly even the bundle before it is no longer available. The paper I'll be using is our Twinkle Twinkle paper, and I'll also be using a punch. Oh, I don't remember the name of this punch, but it is the one with the moon and the stars, so can't remember the name, but maybe somebody will write that in for me. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. Great to see you here. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Patricia. Oh, it's so fun to have all of you here. Thank you. I have so many cards and so many 3Ds that I got from special friends, either in the mail or at Onstage this past weekend, that I'm actually going to break it up into 2 sections. So today I'm going to share all of the sweet little 3Ds that I got just from lovely demonstrator friends. Yeah, all of these are from demonstrator friends. Then on Thursday, when I do my Facebook Live for you, I will share some of the fabulous cards that I've either gotten in the mail or were hand delivered especially for me at Onstage. And so it will be fun to share that with you. And so I've got a new catalog here. I can at least show you the cover, so I'm going to be sharing that. And let's see. I think I'm going to flip this camera down and we'll get started. I'm actually only making 1 card today, but I have a lot to share. So let's flip this down and we'll get started. Okay, so the name of our 2019-2020, oh, it sounds weird to say that, doesn't it? Is Creativity is Calling. I think the name is fabulous. I think the cover of this new catalog is just gorgeous. And Stampin' Up! Did a really, really good job with this catalog. I'm very excited to say that there's no more wood stamps. In fact, the last few wood stamps that I sold were actually accidents, and I either had to take them back and get rid of them myself or send them back to Stampin' Up! because some of my customers would put in the number by accident. And so it's nice to have those gone, with the exception of our, what do you call them, background stamps. Customers can still have the option of ordering clear mount or wood mount. The other thing that I was really impressed with this catalog is some of the inside pages. Oh my goodness, we have wanted this for a while, and Stampin' Up! Listens to their demonstrators. We really wanted a bundle section so that when you open the catalog, there would be some sort of an index to point out bundles. Well, not only is there an index to point out bundles, there's actually even samples on that index that are different from the product suites and bundles that you see on the page that they refer them to. So extra samples for us, and a wonderful section that keeps all the bundles in one place for quick reference. So that's really, really awesome. Someone is asking me why they retire stamps and punches. Well, that's actually a great question. Lynn, if you happen to take a look at any of our catalogs from, say, 10 or 15 years ago, you will understand why they do it. Trends come and go. Things change. I mean, I look at different things that I thought were really cool back in, say, 2002, and I'm so glad that Stampin' Up! Keeps with the times, or we would no longer have a company. Karen has a great suggestion for me. She says to make a label for my punches so that I remember the names. That's a really good idea. I did try that once, but then I couldn't get the labels off when it came time to sell those punches on eBay or whatever. And so then I stopped doing that. But there must be some kind of a way to still, you know, for me to remember. Actually, if I just would look things up in advance and take a couple of notes, yeah, but that would include preparation, and I'm not so great at that all the time. All right. Oh, Karen, you are such a doll. She just told me that this punch is called Twinkle Builder. So that is the name of this punch. That goes along with the designer paper called Twinkle Twinkle. And there's a stamp set, probably has the name Twinkle in it, that you can bundle this with. Again, I didn't look that up because my project today doesn't use that stamp set. I'm using the Follow Your Dreams stamp set. Okay, so enough about this. I'm going to set this beautiful catalog aside. As much as I would love to show you the inside pages, we are forbidden from doing that. However, if you decide to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you would get in on the pre-order that we are starting on May 1st, and you would get your own catalog a whole month in advance ahead of everybody else. So do consider that. I have a wonderful, happy, growing team, and we'd love to have you join us. So I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to start, first of all, by talking a little bit about these 3Ds that I got. So I did something pretty fun at the Minneapolis On Stage. I was one of the registers. So I sat in a little group behind a table, and as people came up, if their names were, I can't remember, I think we were G through J, maybe? I think G through J was my line. And it was so fun. And one of the gals that came up to pick up her packet and to pick up her bag dropped this off and just said, oh, just some special little gifties for the people who have to work registration. And so here it is, cute little snowman. And I love it because it has a lip gloss in there, which I really needed before I started this video, but I held back because I wanted to show you this as I received it. But once this video is over, I'll probably be using that lip gloss immediately. So sweet of her to do that. And Amy Rich and I were just we just had so much fun working together at this event. All right, and then I got, look at this, candy. And it's a cute little Easter treat container. So it's so easy to make. I wish I could tell you who gave this to me, but there's not a name on it. And it was just so cute. I had to share it here, but I'm really not sure who I got it from. So I love the way this bow is done. I have to bring this up to the camera to show you because it's so cute. They did it with some celebration ribbon. And then they added a little tiny strand of baker's twine that was punched out with the 1/16 inch hole punch, which I believe has already been retired. But they have the Easter blessings here, which is, I think, from our Itty Bitties our itty bitty greeting stamp. And just so cute. And of course, this lovely gingham paper, which is not staying around, I might add. I thought for sure it would, because quite a few of the colors are so relevant to colors that we already have. It uses the gingham gala butterfly here and a little punch out there. But it's so darling, and 4 chocolates. You can guess that I will not be letting these go to waste. I will be eating these chocolates. So thank you to whoever gave it to me. I love it. The next little gift I got was from my upline. She is like my 3rd level upline. Her name is Joyce Hall. And she gave me this adorable box that she decorated with the Happiness Blooms Designer Series paper. And she tied it up with a little strip of ribbon from our Grapefruit Grove 1/8 inch ribbon. And so I think this is what they call a 2468 box. So I'm not sure, I can't remember. I don't do a lot of 3Ds, you guys, so I'm not really sure how to do this, but I'm sure you could check it. I think you could Google that 2468 box, and Google tutorials on YouTube would come up for you. But look at this. So it's so cute. So she decorated the sides of the box with the Designer Series paper, and then of course the lid, tied it up with the ribbon, and she gave me sweet little gifts that every demonstrator in Stampin' Up! Would love. So a whole little package of our daubers, and then also a clear wink of Stella, which I love. Love this. Such a nice idea, and gives me good ideas for future gifts that I might want to give. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Another gift that I got was from a downline member. This I remember because she not only gave it to me at Onstage, she's also posted these on our demonstrator only Stamping to Share group. And it's Enjoy Today, and it's a cute little gift. I haven't opened mine up yet, but it uses the Designer Series paper that is called Garden Impressions. It uses our really awesome satin Calypso Coral ribbon, which is in our Occasions catalog. And then what I really love about it is on the inside, I'm not going to open it up, but I know it's in here. It's a highlighter, so I can go through my new catalog and highlight the things that I want to purchase. So I'm so excited about that. Or I could highlight the things I already have, but really I'm more excited about the things I can purchase. So anyway, thank you so much, Mary Alice. She is in my downline group, and I just love her. She's got a great blog, great Facebook page called Marvelous Possibilities. And I know she's really busy right now. She's got a class today. Okay, so then another little goodie that I got. This is also from a downline member, Tammy Nelson. She has a Facebook page called Stampin' Scrap with Tammy. And she made this so cute little darling Easter basket that's in a little cello bag, and it's just the cutest. So it's like a present inside of a present that you can see it all at once. So the outside of it is our 3" by 6" I think gusseted bag, so it opens up to hold things. And then the topper is just one of our shimmery, it's like a shimmery doily from Stampin' Up!, which I thought was going to be retired, but is actually carrying over. So I was super excited about that. Then, of course, it's tied up here with a little ribbon. And then the inside, oh my gosh, a cute little pinwheel. All of this is from that Gingham Gala Designer Series paper that's in our 6x6 pack, which you can only get, well, while supplies last, I suppose. And she created a cute little Easter basket with little chocolate eggs and some shred in there, and it's just darling and adorable. And I am pretty sure I'm going to have to gift this because it's just too cute to open and eat myself. So I'm going to be passing this on probably to one of my kids at Easter time. And we have another little gift. This is from one of my adoptees in my group. I only take one adoptee per 50 downline members, so I only have 2 adoptees in my group. This is from Brenda Hillard. She's from, I think it's Deerfield, Minnesota. She was there and she attended on stage with us and made the most cutest little thing with our Tropical Chic bundle. And she says, "I'm so happy to know you," and it's so sweet. And this This little guy is so awesome because this is practically made for you in that all you are doing is putting together these little pillow boxes that you can purchase off our current catalog, and I think it's carrying through to the new catalog. So what she did is she put together the bottom half, and then on the top half, she just ran it through the die cutting machine with an oval, and then tied a ribbon around it to add a little color, decorated up the front, and then on the inside, of course, she's got some candy. So a very cute little basket created with a pillow box. So this is also something that I am going to probably be sharing with one of my kids for Easter. And guess what else? One more extremely cute Easter container package. And this was also gifted to me by one of my downline members. This is again from Mary Alice Bellis, and she also has that Facebook page called Marvelous Possibilities. And she made this actually to show at our challenge table at our last meeting, and then I was oohing and awing over it so much she just gave it to me. She goes, "Oh, you can have it." It wasn't like I was begging for it, you know, I was just kind of gushing over it, and she goes, "Oh, no, you keep it, you love it, you keep it." And so yes, I love it, I got to keep it, I'm so happy. So again, this is probably going to go to one of my kids for Easter, but it's full of chocolate treats, and then of course the Fable Friends right here, and it's got sparkly on it, it's got a little window. She created it with a little tag. As you can see, this is the tag punch. She's got the dot-to-dot embossing folder. She's got another little tag that says Easter greetings. That's also from the Fable Friends. And it's so cute and adorable. She's decorated it with the gingham paper. The gingham paper is just perfect for spring and Easter, wouldn't you agree? And so thank you so much, Mary Alice, for this adorable gift. I just love it. All right, so I think we have all of our 3D out of the picture here. Thank you again. You guys are so sweet. Now I'm going to share with you some on-stage make and takes. Okay, so this is going to be a little disappointing to some of you, but this is what the on-stage make and takes look like. I actually don't do make and takes when I go to Stampin' Up! Events because I cannot stamp and talk at the same time. I don't know about you, but it's impossible for me to stamp and do a good job. So I have the make and takes, and I'm just going, and I put them in different packaging so you could see them better, but I'm just going to hold them up to the camera so you can get some sneak peek of some really cool, fun catalog things coming your way. So this one is the Follow Your Art product suite, and it's going to look like this, and it's so cute. And the next one that I didn't do is this one, and it's called the, oh, let me think. I have it written down here, Perennial Essence Suite. And I have to show you the paper because it looks like Monet. Look at that, you guys. Doesn't it look gorgeous and impressionistic? The paper in this suite is just to die for. In addition to beautiful designer paper, they also have a set of vellum in this product suite that's colored. So one of the colors is Petal Pink, and it's just gorgeous. You can kind of see through it a little bit. So beautiful. Goes with that gorgeous paper. And we're getting a new punch with this. And so let me hold it up so you can see it better. I had a downline member who sadly passed away about 1.5 years ago, and she loved creating flowers with punches. So I know I will think of Dear Faith every single time that I use this stamp set because the little punch outs will help you create flowers. Okay, so the next one that I want to share with you is our bird ballad make and take that I did not do. But it's so pretty. I have to show you, and I want to share with you something about the designer series paper that you may not realize unless someone points it out. So, of course, one side is just going to be kind of generic that you can use for everything, but the other side of the paper was actually, after the artists drew it all up, they actually hand colored with, get ready, Stampin' blends. So everything on here was created with Stampin' Up! Stampin' blends. And then all you have to do to be inspired as to how you want to color your images, all you have to do is look at the designer series paper, because it literally was colored with Stampin' blends. So much fun. So I love that, and I cannot wait to work with this Bird Ballad product suite. The next make and take that we did it on stage used this suite, and it's called Come Sail Away. And I know I'm going to think of that Come Sail Away song. I think it was back in the 70s, created by Styx. And so I know that's going to go through my mind every single time that I see this. But it uses a new stamp set that looks like this. And then, of course, since I've showed you the other designer series paper, I'll show you this too. So you've got some really nice masculine paper that you can work with. So this is what some of it looks like. And then here's the back side. Look at this. Would this not be gorgeous for sympathy cards? I just can't wait to play with that. And then, of course, some masculine knots. I don't know if these are lover's knots or some kind of a sailing knot or what. I don't know much about knots, but these are really pretty. And so that is another make and take that I did not make, but wanted to share with you what it would have looked like had I chosen to make it. All right. So, I've got one more make and take that I did not make. Let me share it with you. Looks like this. In fact, this one I haven't even opened up, but you can see it really good. Here's all the back. Look at that. Guess what this is? This is an upcoming paper pumpkin card, and this is going to feature a stamp set created by Shelley herself, and that will be coming up in the May paper pumpkin. So you have until May 10th to get signed up. It's going to be all cards and designed by Shelley, so it's going to be very lovely and vintage. You know, Shelley just loves vintage stamps. And so that will be this one. If you don't want to sign up forever with Paper Pumpkin, you can just go on my online store, hit Paper Pumpkin there in the bottom left, and then it will bring up options where you can sign up, you know, month to month, or you can get a prepaid. And I always tell my customers, just get the prepaid. It's just so easy. So then you can, you know, sign up for 1 month at a time, or 3 months at a time, or 6 months at a time, or a year at a time. So it's a great way to get your paper pumpkin. That's just super easy. All right, so I am finally ready to share with you the stamp set we're going to be creating with today. So it looks like this. It's Follow Your Dreams. And then it does come with a set of dies that I am not using today. However, I did want to share it with you. And it's beautiful. And I will actually never sell this. This will go with me to our family cabin because I love this. I actually grew up really close to the Lower Sioux Indian Agency. If any of you are local and ever heard of Jackpot Junction, that is not very far from where I grew up. And so I've always had a special place in my heart for anything related to our Native Americans here in the U.S. And so this really spoke to me. I bought it right away, and unfortunately, I'm only making a card with it now. How sad is that? And it is retiring. So the card that I am making is going to be using the Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper, which looks like this. I actually had to cut into this paper to make all of these swaps. So there's only a little bit here showing from this sheet, but you can see what it all looks like. Just like this. Page through. Again, this is only available while supplies last. And here's the card. Isn't it gorgeous? So I used the punch up here. Here is Follow Your Dreams. This is cut with the tailored tag punch. And again, it's one of those landscape style cards, but it's a gatefold crossover. So it looks like this. And then you open it up, and there's your dream catcher on the inside. So I think this is actually going to be a great graduation card. We have quite a few graduations coming up, and I'm pretty sure I'll be sending out some graduation cards that look just like this. And so let's go ahead and we'll make this card, and this will be the giveaway card. We are going to be using some ribbon that is from the metallic ribbon combo. So the petal pink ribbon is what I'll give away. I can only give away a yard, and I don't even think I have enough of the metallic shaded spruce ribbon to give away, so I'm just going to give away a yard of this, but you will get the card. And so I think the card is lovely. You can take the measurements directly from the card, and I'll draw 2 winners on Thursday morning. So let's get the supplies here and let's get started. And I'm actually going to make 2 cards right here with you on the video, just because these are so easy to make, and I just want to spend a little more time with you. So if you want to get in on the drawing, just remember to share this video on your Stampin' Up! Or on your personal timeline. Or you can go ahead and make comments. Tell me, you know, if you have graduations coming up or weddings coming up or what you've got going on in your life. Maybe what you're going to do for Easter. I love learning a little bit more about you. It's so much fun, whether you're seeing this on Facebook or YouTube. It's so much fun to connect with you. So the first thing that you want to do is get some Night of Navy paper. Cut it to 4 1/4 by 11 inches and then score it into a gatefold. So the gatefold score lines for this size paper is 2 3/4 and 8 1/4. So of course I have my handy dandy bone folder here. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to press this down on both sides and make our gatefold cards. And then we are going to go ahead and we are going to stamp our inside panels, because I like to get those kind of out of the way. So our inside panels are actually the designer series paper itself from the Twinkle Twinkle paper pack, and they look like this. So both sheets are 4 by 5 1/4, and you can, there's a couple of options in here. So this particular one has the dots, as you can see. But the ones that I'm going to do for the giveaway actually have the little stars. So I'm going to hold that up so you can see how pretty that is. It actually looks like little constellations, hearts and stars, and I just love it. So let me go ahead and grab my Night of Navy ink pad, and I'm just going to go ahead, open that up, and then we're going to take our dream catcher and we're going to stamp that on the inside panel. So I'm just going to ink that up, and then we're going to stamp this here on the left, and we're going to do the same exact thing over here. Now I'm not going to stamp any more on the inside, because then you can customize this when you get the card. You could put a graduation sentiment on the inside, or you could, you know, make it into any other type of card that you would like to. So that's all there is for the inside panel. So we're just going to go ahead and take some snail and just run a little bit here along the top. Keep it nice and loose and flowing. We'll center this in on our inside panel so that all 4 borders are pretty much even. And then you want to burnish. So burnishing, I had somebody ask me about this the other day. They'd never heard of burnishing. That's where you put snail on and you just run your finger, you know, kind of firmly over the top of it, which will help the snail actually capture into the paper that it needs to be adhered to, and it will probably not come unstuck once you've burnished it. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side here. So let me add that in. So that looks all pretty good. All right. And sometimes I don't like to burnish over something that's been freshly stamped. So if that's you too, another thing you can do is flip it over to the back side and just burnish from the back. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so let's see what's the next thing that we can do for this card. I think what we're going to do is we're going to prepare our designer series paper. And you know what? I take that back. I'm going to do my stamping on the Follow Your Dreams. Let me show you the card again. So we've got the the Follow Your Dreams right here, and we're going to stamp this right now on some scrap and get that punched out so that it has a little time to dry before I start working with it. So this is just a scrap of Whisper White paper. And again, I'm going to take my Night of Navy ink and I'm going to ink up Follow Your Dreams, and we'll stamp one here on the left and we'll stamp one here on the right. Then let me close this up because we're done stamping with our Night of Navy. So I want to get that out of the way. And I also think I want to just set this aside for a minute before I overstamp my flowers in petal pink. So let's just set that aside for a second and let's do our punching on our Designer Series paper. So I have, of course, I'm doubling my cards, so I have quite a few extras here. But I have the petal pink cardstock that's 1 15/16 by 5 1/4. The reason this is such a goofy little number is because it allows an extra 1/8 inch to work with when you're putting these panels on, so that you have a little strip that shows right here. So you basically have the same size. Oh, let me grab some scrap paper. So you have the same size border at the top, the bottom, and through the middle. That's why we have this kind of goofy number here, but it just, trust me, it helps. It helps everything look nice. And then we also have some paper that we're going to be putting over the top, and all of this paper was cut at 1 3/4 by 5 inches. So we can go ahead and I'll just use some snail to put this down. And I can do the bottom section right away because all we have to do is just put the paper on and we're calling it good. So let me grab this other piece. It kind of looks like little sewing lines on this. It's got these little white, I don't know what you would call that. I'm not a sewer, so I don't really know what that's called. Stitching? It sort of looks like stitching. Let me hold it up to the camera so you can see. It's really pretty, but that's going to be the bottom. And then we've got our stars and our constellations up here in the sky. So to really accentuate that, we're going to take the twinkle, oh no, oh dear, someone told me the name of this and I've already forgotten. Is it the Twinkle Builder Punch? Or I can't remember. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to flip that over, and what I do is I just grab here in the lower left corner and kind of hold it like this, and I did like 60 of these, so I've got it down now. You might want to practice on scrap paper the first few times, because you want to make sure that this star is still within the paper. You can kind of, well, you can't really tell, but there's a lot of stars here, and you don't want to make them look like they're half on, half off. So I make sure that this star here is in the paper, and then I just do a little punch, and we have our little punch out that looks like this. So you'll get a chance to see this again because I'm going to do it to this paper now. So again, I'm just holding it in the lower left side. I'm bringing my punch in kind of at an angle, and I'm making sure that this star is still within the paper, and then we're going to do a little punch out, and it is perfect. Look at how nice that looks. All right, so now I'm going to grab my silicone mat because adhesive doesn't stick to it, and I'm just going to do some snail here along this. And let me just do that for both of these, and then we'll put it on our petal pink panels. All right, so let me grab the panels. Again, these were 1 15/16 by 5 1/4. And then we're gonna take this, we're gonna, again, you know, to make sure that you're getting all of your borders nice and even, just hold it kind of kitty corner from each other, and then you're gonna look here and here to make sure everything is lined up. And that looks pretty good. Then you can flip that over and burnish it down. And isn't that gorgeous, you guys? Isn't that just so pretty? Love it. All right, so now we're going to do this one, and it's the exact same thing. You're just gonna hold corner to corner, set it in here, and there we go. Amy, I have not made this style of fold in portrait mode. So this is the landscape mode, a gatefold crossover. I have not done it the other way because doing it the other way seemed a little complicated, and I was trying to create a card for Spring Fling that would be really easy for people to make, and I'm super all about easy. So that's why I kind of took that idea and made it into a landscape mode. All right, so I'm going to just burnish this down one more time so it will lie flat for us. And we're going to take these two things and we're just going to get them on our cards so that they're kind of out of the way. So what I like to do in this case is I like to use glue, because glue is definitely going to, I mean, there's a little bit of wear and tear on this, and you also want to be able to wiggle this around so that you can get it exactly where you want it. So I'm putting glue in the upper left and I'm putting glue in the lower right. Then I'm going to put my upper panel here, and I'm going to put my lower panel here, and don't worry, you have a little room to wiggle. So let me grab my scrap paper so we can make sure that we're getting all of this wiggled in right where we want it. Of course, I say that, and now my glue is drying like really super fast. So let me get this wiggled into place. And this one is really dried fast. I can't believe it. It's a little bit dry in my house, but I didn't realize it was going to dry that fast. All right, and I had put a big gob on there. You guys saw that, but I managed to get it all in working perfect. So we have about the same distance on all three of this little border areas. So here we go. As you can see, that is just beautifully done. The next card is ready to go here. So again, I'm going to do a little more scoring off the back so it will lie flat for us, because you really want your card to lie flat when you're working with glue, so it isn't flopping up and getting glue all over. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue in this upper left, and we're going to put glue in this lower right, and then we're going to put our panels on. And this time I'm going to set this in kind of right away, making sure that I have it even. And this one is also even. There we go. Done. Now let's go ahead and get back to our stamping. So let me grab that scrap paper here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this petal pink. You know, I really didn't work much with this petal pink ink color or paper color, because I was like, oh, that's just such a, I don't know, I just didn't know if I liked it. Then I paired it up with Night of Navy, and I was convinced that I was in love with it, because this petal pink and Night of Navy are just gorgeous together. So here we go. We're going to ink up the flowers, stamp those up on top, and then we're going to ink them up again and stamp them on the bottom, so that you're just kind of putting a little bit of a wreath around the sentiments. Make sure you can see that. Then what we're going to do, close up this ink pad. We're going to take the tailored tag punch. You guys, for those of you that watch my videos pretty regularly, you might be noticing that I use this a lot. It's one of my favorite punches. It just fits for so many words. So here we go. We're putting it in. We're just going to get this all centered in. And then you're just going to do a punch out, and we're going to do the same thing to this side. Get that all nice and centered in, and do a punch out. All right, so there's not much left to this card. We're going to take our metallic ribbon, and let me grab my ribbon scissors if I've got it here. Yes, I do. So I'm going to just cut this at an angle. Oops, let me do that again. Cut it at an angle, and then we need another angle. So we only need like maybe 3.5, 4 inches here. And that looks good. About this much is how much we want. So I'm going to just quickly here cut another one. There we go. And then, of course, to secure it, we're just going to use some Scotch tape here. So I'm going to set this in just like so. And don't worry, the sentiment will cover this up. So now we're going to grab the other one and do the exact same thing. Put the ribbon on, and then we'll just add a little Scotch tape to secure that. All right, so Amy's saying that every color is beautiful with Night of Navy. You know what? I kind of agree with that. Thank you. Okay, so now we need to just put this on to our card. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Now, I will have some time to read comments because we have to put, I think we need 4 dimensionals on each one of these. So let me see what you're all up to. Oh, and Philomena says she likes the way these cards stay closed and don't pop open all the time. Well, I agree, because that is one of the problems with gatefold cards, is if you're just doing this normal without these flaps on, they do just want to open unless you put a belly band on. So this is almost like a faux belly band. I mean, it really does. The weight of it does help the card stay closed. I have to agree. So now we're going to take off all these little adhesive peelies. And oh, hello, Janine. Janine is one of my downline members, and she and I had a real nice chit chat this morning on Messenger. So that's always fun. I love my downline members. Thanks, Janine. She loves my project too. Yay! All right. All right, so let me go ahead and we're going to take this now, and this is easy to line up. Again, you want to pay attention for where that little center part of your card is. You probably can't see it, but I can see it perfectly. And then I'm just going to center this punch out so that the peak and the peak are pretty much even in that area. And we're going to do the same thing to this one. And again, as I mentioned, these will be the giveaway cards. So let me get this centered in. Oops, I have it upside down. Lucky I caught that. So let me try one more time, centering this in. And there it is. So here's the 2 cards that we made today, you guys. Thank you. You know what? I almost forgot, but we've got these cute little star sequins that are not going to be carried forward into the new catalog as an FYI. So I want to decorate this with a little tiny star. So I'm going to take, I've got a little shovel here on the end of my Take Your Pick tool. So it's very easy to pick up these little stars. We're just going to put one there. And this little, these little star sequins, they kind of come, one is silver and then one is kind of an iridescent white and pink. So there's room just to set that up there. So one little tiny sequin embellishment on each card is just perfect. So I'm going to hold that up to the camera because you guys probably didn't even realize how cute that looks. I don't know, can you see it? I can't tell. Here's the other one that's silver. That one might show up a little better. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Sandy's telling me she loves this set. She actually lives on an Indian reservation. Well, that is amazing and wonderful. Congratulations. How wonderful. What a rich heritage you are a part of there. All right, so this is it. I'm going to end this video. Again, thank you so much for sharing and letting me know that you've shared. Your name will be in the drawing. Also, for those of you that maybe watch this later on YouTube or later on Facebook, I truly appreciate you and just want to thank you so much for being a part of my Stampin' Up! Stamping to Share community. You are appreciated.